The Twin Valley Locker Room Show takes you inside Clay Center Tiger Cheerleading. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And we're joined now by one of the Tiger cheerleaders, Martay Vanwey. And first off, thanks for joining us on the Locker Room Show. We get a chance to talk with a lot of the teams. This is one team we haven't had on for quite some time, so I'm excited to get a chance to hear what you guys have been up to. I know you are busy. I say this often, as busy as anybody there is, because you're at all the different sports, right?
Yeah.
It's been a busy year for you guys.
Yeah, it's been a pretty busy year, but I think it's been a great one between going to basketball and going to wrestling and then going to girls and guys games and football earlier. It's been a pretty good year.
Along with all of that, you also work on different stunts and different routines. I know the last time that you guys were at home, actually I think it was 2 times ago, you did a routine. The music didn't go for you guys. And I've commented and had so many people comment how well you guys did, not because you did it without the music. It was just a really impressive performance. What have you guys done to kind of work on those different stunts and things you do?
We go to K-State's open house, and we went down and did our stunts for them, and they would critique us and tell us different ways that we could improve ourselves, and then we do it multiple times over in practice, and we just go over it over and over again because there's always ways that you can get better.
And when the music didn't go, you had somebody in the stands counting out for you. Who was that?
That was our coach, Rachael. She came down because we all paused, and it was like a, oh no, what do we do moment, and she just came down and counted it, and we went with the counts because we've practiced with just counts, so.
Couldn't have been any better if you'd had music going. You guys really did an awesome job with that night. Let's talk about this last week being here at home for you as a junior and for this crew. What's the most fun about being here in the Tigers Den when you guys have a game?
I think the most fun is when we have a big student section, because when you do crowd cheers and they just yell back, it's better. It's more fun cheering because they're involved, so it makes it even more better cheering.
Very good. Okay, we do a thing called Tiger Talk, and it's 3 random questions, can be about anything. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, I did this with the Tiger wrestlers last week, and I said, if you were to pick one Tiger cheerleader with the presidential debates going on, which Tiger cheerleader do you think would have the best chance at being president?
That's a hard one. I would probably say, who would I say? Lindley Lund.
Lindley Lund, very good. Very political, you think?
I think so. She's very good at history, and so I think that would work to her advantage.
Actually had lunch at the Rotary Club today, and Lindley was one of our student Rotarians, and she's in the mock trial next week she was telling us about. So I think you got a good one there. Name your favorite music artist and a favorite song by that artist.
I would say Rascal Flatts, and I'd say Life is a Highway.
You going to Salina to see them later on?
Oh, I wish I was.
Okay, final question. Leo DiCaprio just won the Academy Award this past Sunday. If you could give the award to any actor, past, present, whatever, who would it be?
I'd say Johnny Depp because I personally think he's a better actor than Leonardo DiCaprio.
She's got a pointed opinion on this, right?
A little bit. I don't think he's that great.
I love it. That's great. Martay Vanwey, you'll see her on the sidelines with Clay Center Tiger Sports, wrapping up this week with basketball. It's been a busy, busy season. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
The Twin Valley Locker Room Show, inside Tiger Cheerleading. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show takes you again inside Tiger Cheerleading. Twin Valley Locker Room Show is powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. Coach Rachael Pigorsch joins us now. Tiger cheerleaders have had what I consider kind of a marathon season, and Martay, I thought, answered it very, very well. It's fun, but you guys are at everything.
It seems to never end. We literally start in April and we finish in the beginning of March, and then we start in April all over again. So football, basketball, wrestling, anything else in there that we need to be at. It's a long season.
Long and hopefully fun. I know it is because I see you guys and I see some of your posts and hear you guys talk about it. State wrestling, kind of close to home in your household with Coach Pigorsch wrestling, Coach Pigorsch cheerleading. What's that weekend like for your family?
It's always stressful. Brandon's very much a bracket follower and kind of definitely tallies down to the last point. Coming home with a state title, at 152 was a very exciting moment for him, and it's a memory that none of us that were there will ever forget. So it was an exciting time.
Talk about your team a little bit, maybe your seniors, and kind of how the process works to get going. And I'll let you answer that, and I got a follow-up question for you then.
Well, tryouts start in April. This year, tryouts are April 9th with clinic dates on the 5th, 6th, and 7th on those evenings. We go through Tiger Rag, and we teach, several other cheers and chants that they'll learn, jumps. We stunt around a little bit, but nothing mandatory. I have only two Tiger cheerleaders this year, Lindley Lund and Mallory Owen, and they're going to be missed tremendously. Lindley coming in was a great back spot for me, ended up being a really strong base and a very good leader for my team. And Mallory, she came out her sophomore year and then skipped a year and came back for her senior year, and she's been a blessing to have as well. The entire group has been great. I started out with 22 in the fall, and I ended up, unfortunately, with 18 due to some injuries and people moving and things like that. But I couldn't have been more proud of the performance that they gave on the 23rd.
Martay mentioned a little bit about going to K-State and some of the training you guys have done and outside of what you guys work on here. How did that get started, I guess? And it seems to have really been paying off.
They've actually reached out to us over the years. I originally started with Susan Bloom, and we had KU coming in. I kind of wanted to switch over to not more competitive style performances, but I guess that's where we kind of wanted to go, and I think they've done really well. And K-State comes in for a mandatory camp during the summer. It's 3 days. The girls work from 9 to 4 every day. It's something that they work on technique and safety most of all, because these things are not easy. Injuries happen. And then they came in November and helped me put together a routine for these girls. And then we went to open gym a couple of times before we performed, and they put in a few little critiques and minor fixes, and the 23rd came and we did it. So it was nice.
Yeah, it's been good stuff on the court, I can tell you that. Okay, Tiger talk. She was worried about this before we even got started.
Absolutely.
So, I asked the Tiger wrestlers this last week. I asked Martay, pick one Tiger cheerleader you think would make a good president.
I have to go with a girl that is moving, and it's because she's so willing and available to do anything I ask, and she's very much a girl who is very silent, but that speaks volumes, and that's Monica Laffrey. I think she's a strong leader for a freshman, and I think she's going to do big things as she goes above and beyond. So she's a good girl.
Great. Music. Favorite music artist? I want you to name one. And a favorite song. Before you answer, I will say that I've talked with Brandon several times, and he always has an obscure artist for me. What do you have for us?
My favorite artist would have to be Dave Matthews. I don't particularly have a favorite song of his. He just is kind of a zen guy for me, which really levels me out. And Brandon loves string cheese. It's his favorite. We go a couple times a year, and, that's his thing. So I would say Dave is mine, though.
And you've seen Dave Matthews a few times, right?
Several times, probably at least a dozen or so.
And coming, is it Wichita or Kansas City? Will you see him again?
We may go back this summer. We went last summer to Kansas City and saw him, so we may try something different this summer. We're going out to Denver for Humphreys on the Rocks, so it'll be a good time.
Very good. One last question. Leo DiCaprio, who Martay is not a fan of, we found out, won the Academy Award. If you could pick one actor, past, present, whatever, to be the Academy Award winner, Best Actor, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough one, because Brandon probably answered that way better than me. I'm not a movie goer per se. I do like Leonardo DiCaprio. I do think he got robbed from Titanic. But that's a tough one.
So maybe Leo.
I think it was a great win. I saw The Revenant, and I thought he did a really good job. So
excellent. Well, I think you guys do an awesome job, too. And thanks for all the work throughout the year. We really do appreciate it. Coach Rachael Pigorsch with us on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show.